she doesn't really feel like what's going on right now. So yeah, no.
And then I feel like low key, you guys don't operate to the best ability because you are guessing, because
Correct.
you know, like you are in limbo, you know, and I don't like that. I want you guys to, you know,
and again,
feel comfortable too.
And again, for some people, like they don't necessarily know what they want or whatever, and sometimes that's what we have to kind of help them figure out. But when you do know, that just kind of goes along with honesty and just saying, well, this is what I would like. Okay, then we can work that way and tailoring it to what you need.
Got it.
Yeah. Okay.
Good.
All right. Anything else you need to?
I don't think so. I think I touched the main.
All right.
Yeah.
How are you feeling right now?
A lot better.
Okay.
A lot better, because I needed to get those out. I was just kind of like, you know, so that way we have that out.
Yep.
Still nerve wracked because you're a male.
Okay. And
I think with time I'll get over it.
And is it a lot of it relate back to that experience with that male therapy?
To be 100%, I think the nerve wracking is because I haven't experienced it in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So it's, you know, in an essence, it's kind of new again.
So it is kind of new.
Yeah.
And again, your last experience was not good at all.
In my last experience, like there's so much entailed that I can't compare at this point, because it was so many years ago. I was so young. My mindset was a lot more disturbed per se, or rebellious. I don't know, like there was just so much more emotions and you know, like
different time. Again, you still, because you said you started when you were 18, or did you start when you were like 16?
To be honest, I started therapy years before that. Okay. Like there was trial and error with my parents trying me for stuff. With that specific person was around 18
to 20 is when. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, but I mean, still, it's still a different time than where you are today.
Correct.
And I think that's important to recognize too, is to say, well, I was different at that time.
Yes.
And, you know, I did handle things in a different way, and I might handle things differently now.
Or interpret things differently then.
Exactly.
So that's why I don't feel like my uncomfortability, I don't want to say uncomfortability, I just want my nerves are not necessarily truly just coming from that, but just more that, you know, I haven't. I mean, I've been here for 4 years, and all of them have been females. And I'm also trying to guide myself with the program itself, which is why I'm accepting of trying this, because I haven't had a bad experience with this program.
Okay.
Everything else that I have tried and erred are all, you know, whether insurance related or privately owned related or a family therapist, you know, like it's not in the, you know, in the trip form based off of trauma, based off of DBT.
Correct.
So I think that's also what's making me kind of like, all right, Steph, like you're okay, is because
it's good self-talk.
I've had,
because you've had good experiences.
I've had good experiences. So.
Yeah, no, that sounds like you took time to actually think through it. And what do you think you would have done 2 years ago?
Oh, I would have freaked out.
Okay, so what does that say about yourself?
That I'm growing. That I am growing. You know, that I'm being more open-minded. You know, and taking. Because I do remember. Because every single therapist after we finish, they've always asked me, "Do you have a preference?" And I always straight woman. So I don't even consider.
Okay, so and this was the first time I think that we said like.
This was the first. Yeah, this is actually truly the first year that they kind of were like, well, there's more males this time, so.
Yeah, and there's a lot less therapists.
And they prepared me for it too. I think they did a good job by that, because they let me know months in advance. Like, so it gave me it. You know, each time we had a reminder, they were kind of like, hey,
just FYI.
No, just so you know. So it kind of reinforced the thought of, hey, this is possible. If you want to stay within this program, this is a possibility. You know, so I think it worked out great. It worked out great where I am at. It never happened before, and I feel like that worked out too, because I was not accepting before.
Right.
You know?
And it sounds like it came out at a good time, and it was a way for you to almost kind of challenge yourself.
Yeah, totally. Oh, yeah, totally.
So, and you've been through, how did you do DBT for the full?
I did for the full 2 years.
Okay. So, I mean, you're aware, like, you know, making that change, it can be uncomfortable, but it's by making those changes, or by being uncomfortable, you start to make those changes, and whether they're small steps or big steps, and it sounds like this is a pretty big step.
Correct.
So.
Yeah.
Okay.
What was the first thing that you said?
No.
I took
So
off
what?
waves.
I read some of the stuff before. It sounds like you guys were starting to get into some trauma processing,
Yes.
imagery rehearsal stuff. So, can we just give me an
Talk
idea
about
of where exactly you left off with that /
So here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
I was with Nicole
Okay.
for
Yep.
2 years.
Okay. Yep.
It worked out where we were for 2 years. It actually happened to work out like that with Heather for 2 years as well.
Okay. So you've only had 2 over the past 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
So and I had a couple in betweens,
Okay. Yep.
but those 2 are my main because I've had them for so long.
Yeah.
You know, so Heather, I think she was interning at the not Heather. Nicole was interning, and due to her schedule and everything, she had to leave a couple months earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Where, you guys weren't done yet.
Correct.
So I had Julia fill in for, I think it was a total of 3 months or 4?
Yeah, that seems about right, because I know Nicole left around early June, if not close to May.
Yeah,
So,
correct.
Yep.
And like the next week I started up with Julia.
Okay.
So for those 2 years with Nicole, from the get-go, kind of like right now with you, I came in and I was like, hey, I need to do some trauma processing with my rape situation because I don't know what to do with it. Yeah. So the whole time, which is why now the whole time she wanted me to initiate the conversation. We never spoke about it. So the whole 2 years, we never talked about it. It happened to be at the very almost like last month or 2 where I was like, hey, we never really talked about it. And she's like, I was waiting for you. Like, I'm not going to bring it up. I don't know if you're comfortable. And I'm like, I'm waiting for you. You're the therapist. I thought you would have some material for me.
Had she initially brought it up to you?
Oh, 100%. I would have been receptive.
And had you brought it up at the beginning, like when you first met?
When I first brought it up, I think I was, that's what it was. I had, because with my current, I have my current boyfriend for 4 years.
Okay. What's his name?
Gavin.
Okay.
He is complete opposite of me.
Okay.
So, I mean, every way possible. I'm Virgo, he's a Leo, meaning his character is very balanced. He's all about equality, about fairness, rational, reason. He's more laid back, quiet, a little more reserved. We clashed for a long time because I am more boisterous, loud. I'm more, brutally honest. I'm more emotional. I can be very irrational. So we clashed in the beginning for a long time, and for a while, I was very honest with him as well with my rape situation, but I always noticed that there would never be a caring reciprocation towards it. Not that I was looking for a pity party or like a sob moment, but just an understanding of what I've experienced. Mm-hmm. And I noticed that I never received that. And I also was aware that that's out of his character to be that caring, but it was just really weird. And we got into some conversations, and I came to realize that he didn't believe my story. So that's when we bumped heads. And it happened right when I started with Nicole. So that's what triggered my first session to be like, we need to talk about this. We need,
Which, and again,
so
that kind of goes back to what you brought up before of starting off with that initially in therapy is, especially as therapists, like we don't typically do that because it's like we need to build some rapport first and kind of get an idea of how you handle
situations. What works.
We especially know here like Trip, like if you don't have the coping skills and the things to